Hello everyone, welcome back to CCNA Learner YouTube channel. Today we are going to configure radius authentication on the Cisco router. Okay, before we get started, we need to read all instructions carefully. Make sure all instructions you understand what they want to do. Okay, before we get started, I want to show you some configure on radius server. Okay, let's check on it and we go to service. The ACP in this radius server, you need to configure the ACP IP address rank. This point you can configure IP address rank whatever you want. And with this point, I configure IP address and /24, and then after you configure on it, you don't forget to click save and service the ACP is on. Okay, let's move to another configuration on 3A. This point for server radius authentication, very important that you need to check and carefully understand on it. Okay, and network configuration like client name, secret, client IP, and server type. This point I use the client name is CCNA R1 and IP address 122.18.1.1 and the secret key is password. After you complete on it, you just click add and it will show like this. And for user setup, you can set whatever you want. And this point I use the username CCNA and then password Cisco, easy to understand. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, let's move together. Okay, now I use a computer laptop using a remote by console, and I will use the PC to configure on the Cisco router for radius authentication. Okay, let's get started. Desktop, and then you select terminal, click OK. Okay, this is we stand on the router using a remote console. Okay, the first thing you need to configure a host name. We go to enable, we go to configuration mode, and then host name. Host name I use CCNA R1. Okay, step number 1 and number 2 is finished, so we continue to step number 3. Configure IP address on each interface. For interface router, fast 0/1 and fast 0/0. Okay, we used to comment interface fast 0/0 IP address 122.18.1.1 1.1 and /24 255.255.255.0 3 times. Okay, after you configure IP address on interface 0/0, don't forget to type the comment no shutdown to enable interface port up, change status from down to up. Okay, so change status interface to up. Okay, now we finish on interface 0/0. We go to interface 0/1 int fast 0/1 IP address IP at 122.18.1.3.2.1 /24 255.255.255 3 times .0. No shut or shut down to enable port. Okay, now we finish configure IP address on interface of router. Okay, let's move to step number 4. To configure server host and radius secret key. Okay, before we complete for set server host and secret key, we need to type two commands to tell the router we will use radius authentication. Okay, we can exit this mode. 3A, sorry. A3 time it means that authentication, authorization, accounting. 3A new mode. This command to tell router we will going to use radius authentication. And the other command is 3A authentication login default group radius local. This is the command that we will use authentication local. It means that when you remote from your local, it will require your username and password, and this result we will test at the end of the video. Okay, now we going to configure radius server host and radius secret key. Okay, we use radius host. So the host of radius server is 122.18.1.2 and key password. Okay, and we need to configure line V device to allow telnet from the PC client to Cisco radius authentication. Line V device 0 and 4, and this point you can use whatever you want, like line V device 0 and 15 is the same. And then you need to type the command login authentication default copy run start to save all configuration that you have configured on the Cisco radius authentication. Okay, so all the step number 4 is finished. So we are going to step number 5, test connectivity by ping from PC laptop to the radius server. Okay, we use a run command ping to radius server 182.18.1.2. It should be reply. Okay, the result will show that client can communicate to radius server, and then we use the telnet to test connection that required on step number 6. We use telnet IP address of Cisco radius authentication is 182.18.2.1. Okay, and this point need user and password before we can log to the router. Okay, we use username CCNA and password Cisco. So CCNA password Cisco. Okay, so we complete all the steps and we test result is success. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel to get more update. Okay, I will post this video regularly. You can subscribe on my YouTube channel. And one more thing, if you have any question, you can comment below and I will reply as soon as possible. Okay, thank you. See you next video.